now of Mexico versus Brazil. So Mexico
right.
versus Brazil. And this upcoming match here, we're going to have Kelvin Zetsuei, also from Brazil. But finally, we're getting a representative from a different location, and that is going to be Hermes Venatori, who is representing the Dominican Republic. Now, of course, Dominican Republic has a lot of strong players there. We've seen guys like DRA make it out to EVO and do really well at that event. So a lot of good players from Dominican Republic. So I'm interested to see how Hermes Venatori is going to do here up against Kelvin Zetsuei. And Kelvin Zetsuei from Brazil, from the Rio Grande do Sul.
Got it.
I'm totally going to butcher this.
It's fine,
this
man.
entire day.
At least you're trying.
My 2 years of I'm trying my best. See, the thing is, it's just
Again, it's not easy. It's not easy doing this. We gotta.
Right. Plus, another thing too is like my 2 years of Spanish is not helping me because this is Portuguese here, right? So like it's not the same language. So I'm gonna be butchering these all day.
It's all right, man. For those of you just tuning in, this is the Capcom Pro Tour online qualifier for the Latin America region. We just got started with the top 16. We just went through 2 matches right now. It was Kusanagi versus BTR RJ. It was a Karin versus Ken match. Again, Kusanagi took it down pretty convincingly. Yeah. And then we just witnessed ElTigre versus Kioma. Karin versus a Laura match. And it went towards ElTigre's favor, the Laura player. And again, in a very convincing fashion. We're about to get started with the
more winner side matches.
Kelvin Zetsuei versus should be Hermes Venatori.
Yeah, I'm trying to see, is that, yeah, I guess that is them. Yeah, I see it. Okay. Kelvin is just spelled in internet.
Sleet speak, I believe is what it is.
Yeah, exactly. So, but yeah, this is the Capcom Pro Tour presented by PlayStation 4, brought to you by Sony. And this is the Latin America region. There's 4 regions. There's also Asia, which is going to be taking place
shortly after top 8.
Technically tomorrow, but it's time differences going to happen right away. And of course, there's also a Europe region as well. But Europe, there's also VS Fighting going on this weekend.
That's right, yeah.
And we had the Topanga Charity Cup this weekend. So lots of Street Fighter
Huge
action.
team tournament, too.
Huge team tournament, yeah. Really good stuff, too. It was brutal, though. Single eliminations, seeing some of those guys get taken out. Like, some of those super stacked teams were taken out by relative, like, lesser-known teams. And it was really exciting stuff. So. But again, we have Kelvin Zetsuei going up against Hermes Venatori. Another Karen match, and check out this color scheme on this Karen here. But he's going to be going up against Nash.
Stand in my way.
Again, that's three Karens in a row, I believe. Karen's pretty popular in the Latin America region.
All right, just starting right away with a cross-up, and then missed the command for the command dash.
A few drops here and there, trying to get things started is AR Royer, a.k.a. Hermes Venatori.
Yeah, and going for that throw option after the Rasenha. And again, not the greatest option. And oh, yeah, that's going to be a crush counter stun. 1 hit on the stun, so the follow-up's going to do plenty of damage. Kelvin Zetsuei, who ate a cross-up at the beginning of the round, no problems afterwards.
Yeah. Way to start out with the knee bazooka, getting things getting his offense started. Here he goes. Look at the damage already. Nearly 50% right off the bat. Not even 10 seconds down on the clock.
Yeah, Kelvin playing it. Ooh, okay, look.
Up and down and up she goes. That is done, though. First game to Kelvin Zetsuei. So convincing.
Kelvin is playing a really strong footsie game. And, again, a great example there, I was talking about in the Kioma match, right? You don't have to go for the big combos. You can just go for individual hits. And I felt like that's a lot what Kelvin Zetsuei just did. Kelvin was just playing a really good footsie games, hit a couple of stand roundhouses, low forwards, low roundhouses, a few hits here and there, maybe a jab into Sonic Scythe. But all those added up, and it led into a stun on 1 hit, and that was it. So
I think that was probably going to be the fastest match of the day, because that was literally off of 10 seconds. Karin was already at 50%.
Yeah.
That was ridiculous. So again,
good
huge
stuff.
glass cannon for Karin, but yeah.
But good stuff to Kelvin, and I expect he's going to play a very footsie-heavy game. And like we said, Karen is a great footsie character, so you should be able to counter that. You should be able to fight that. I feel like Karen should be able to outplay Nash in the footsie game, but you know, definitely didn't happen. I felt like Hermes just kind of walked into a lot of buttons. So let's see if he tries to play a little more defensive, a little more careful, less aggressive, and see if that works out for him.
Yeah, again, we saw in the first game, during the first round, trying to get into the head of Kelvin Zetsuei by using the EX Percent pretty much back-to-back. Didn't pay out for him. But I want to see if that's something Kelvin will keep in mind in the second game, whether or not he'll apply meaty pressure or not. So we'll see more and more as that develops into game number 2.
All right. Once again, it's Kelvin from Brazil and Hermes from the Dominican Republic. Just right away, we're going to get a jump in from Hermes. Remember, he did that in the first round last game, and then he just got beat up by footsies and a fake cross under.
And here comes Kelvin getting big started. Once again, just applying that rush down.
All right, so no longer danger for the stun.
Good block from Royer. Nothing, no impatient moves here.
Kelvin also taking advantage of the fact that it doesn't seem like that Hermes has been having his anti-airs all ready to go. Kelvin has definitely jumped a lot.
Yeah. I think they've met in the air at least 4 times, and it went into Kelvin's favor each and every time.
Good blocks, and here we go, a chance for Hermes to take this. What, was he going to just try to chip him out? And I don't know what that was all about. That was not in a situation where...
It was a hope and a prayer, James. That's what that was.
Yeah, but the rounds were so the round was so close. I didn't feel like there was any reason for a hope and a prayer just yet. Wow, throwing the Sonic Boom.
All right, yeah, Royer backing up back into the neutral. Respecting the fireballs. Kelvin finding an opening with the throw. Here he goes. Catch these back fists.
Fishing with the back fist, and now here it is, a jump because of Hermes whipping a lot of ground normals, which is going to open up those jumps, and just going to combo into the super.
That should be it. That should be game 2 for Kelvin. Yeah, things like that. 1 combo just to seal the deal.
Yeah, it was another situation where I just felt like Hermes was just trying to play his Karen game and not actually noticing what it was that Kelvin was doing. Like I said, lots of jumps from Kelvin. Probably should have tried to walk back a little further so he could anti-air better with some crouching fierces. But yeah, Kelvin just got in with a lot of jumps, got in with good footsies, and it felt like a pretty one-sided match in my opinion.